Mr. Handelman?
I'm wondering, since we're discussing 74 pages, if I might have 5 minutes today, Mr. Mayor?
Everyone's going to start with 3.
All right, thank you. Mayor Adams, City Council, and U.S. Department of Justice folks, I'm Dan Handelman with Portland Copwatch, and our group finds the DOJ agreement with the City of Portland doesn't go far enough and is much like bringing a plastic mallet to tap in a problem nail. While we applaud the potentially useful aspects of the agreement, we find the agreement does not go far enough and/or is ambiguous enough for the city to avoid fulfilling the intent of the proposals to alleviate the pattern and practice of Portland Police Bureau excessive use of force. We're concerned that previous communications are not to be considered when interpreting this document. Many recommendations, as you've heard, made by the DOJ are not reflected in the agreement. We ask to see all communications between the city attorney, the PPA, the auditor, the IPR, and the DOJ, hoping they may shed light on why so many common sense community demands are not part of the agreement. This is of great concern because the agreement could last for as long as 5 years with no way for the community to directly intervene, since only the city and the DOJ are parties to the court. We hope this does not mean the DOJ expects the people of Portland to suffer through inadequate use of force training and policies or our Byzantine accountability system for that long. Our major concerns about the agreement include it doesn't call for terminating officers for egregious rights violations and even suggests that some excessive force will not result in discipline. It does not order the city to change provisions of existing collective bargaining contracts which are inhibiting effective investigations and disciplinary action. It keeps police review board meetings closed to the public, including the person involved in the incident, further frustrating attempts to integrate and make transparent the city's oversight system, and explicitly prohibits appeals to the Citizen Review Committee by people who survived police shootings or survivors of a death in custody victim about the findings regarding officer misconduct. Rather than create a solution for CRC when more investigation is asked for and the Bureau and IPR refuse, the agreement restricts CRC to making one request for more investigation. And it jettisons all mentions of race relations that were in the findings letter, including recommendations to build trust such as tracking all citizen contacts and creating a policy explaining when it is okay for officers to move from mere conversations to a stop. I do have positive things, but I'm going to skip them and just say that we feel our group has a lot to contribute, but our members would not serve on the community board to oversee the agreement because of its flaws. There are too many people who have suffered too long to see yet another chance for real change be squandered by compromise. If these weak changes are locked in place by a court order lasting 5 years, the community will unfairly suffer. We urge you to step back and make more changes before accepting this agreement. And so I will also add that the agreement guts the existing Community Police Relations Committee of the Human Rights Commission, which is creating a program to educate officers on institutional racism. And instead, it's in creating a new oversight body specific to the agreement, and for the second time in just a few years, pitting one set of oppressed Portlanders, that is people with mental health issues, against another, the people of color that a CPRC is trying to help currently. We also echo the concern that the COCL does not have enough power because they can't go before the federal court. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it. Well, the next panel is coming up. I would